Now I am explaining about the JSP's Java server pages. First we discuss about the introduction of JSP, JSP components, JSP directives, implicit objects, all these things. JSP also is under the category of web technology. It is a simple but powerful technology used for the dynamic web pages. It is also used for the extension of servlets. A file extension we use .jsp. So JSPs are nothing but they are the servlets that are created from the combination of HTML and Java code. JSPs are the servlets. Is a combination of HTML and Java code. So the main functionality is the normal servlet functionality. This one. So first there are different steps are there for invoking JSP files. First client requests the JSP page first step, and then JSP engine translate the JSP page to Java servlet source code. First client requests the JSP page, and then JSP engine translate the JSP page to servlet code. So next JSP engine compiles the servlet source code to class file. JSP engine compiles the servlet source code to class file. So JSP engine produces a class file. Next container generated servlet, it is loaded and then initialized and then instantiated and then initialized. So here client requests and sends the response back to the client. So we take the diagram, take the program, very easy to understand this one. So here for the diagram, we take a web client and web container. Web client requests JSP page, and then here the three levels are there: web container, JSP page, servlet source code, and compiled servlet. Compiled servlet, JSP page, servlet source code, compiled servlet. So here request command sent to JSP page, response command sent by compiled source code from the web container. Web client to request, web container to response from the compiled source code. So here the components for the JSP pages. JSP contains HTML content, so JSP is to provide dynamism to web page like runtime environment. So here the JSP tags are there. Three categories are divided into scripting elements, directives, scripting elements and directives and actions. Scriptlets, directives and actions. First, what is scripting elements? The basic functionality of scripting elements is to allow the JSP authors to embed the Java code directly into the JSP. For embedding Java code into JSP, we use scripting elements. So scripting elements are like there are three things are there: declaration element, and expression element, and then scriptlets. Declaration, expression, scriptlets. So what is declaration? Here declaration is nothing but we can define the method, define the variables, define methods, define variables into the JSP. So here these methods and variables become direct members of the container generator servlet. So in the declaration we can create the variables and methods. So declaration is the following form, like open tag, percentile, and open tag percentage installation, and the Java variables and methods, and closing the percentage. Example of this is what declaration is. Here this symbol is there. This symbol is there here. In the example, we can declare the declarations like private int count equal to 1, instance variable, static int total equal to 0, static int total not initialized, count initialized here, integer static variable, total static variable, and next we take method get count, return total, and get total static method, int get total, return total, get count, get total. You can count the values and then get the total value. This whole code can be, you can declare the methods and declare the variables and methods in the declarations. You can declare definitions are there in the declaration. In the declaration tag we can use the Java variables and method definitions. So in the declaration we can define the static block and a class also. So next, expression. What is expression? Expression is also embedded Java expression that evaluates, converts to text string. The result text string is placed in the JSP output. Expression is act as a placeholder for Java language expression. So expression can be evaluated each time separately. So for the expression we can use colon percentage equal to. Here we use equal to. The declaration we can use that straight lines, see, vertical line something. Here for the example of declarations, tag percentile equal to a plus b, closing the tag, and then next declaration, tag percentile equal to new Java util.date. Here we use the two expressions, a plus b expression and util.date expression, create the date. So expression we can use in the JSP by using this tag. These are container generator servlets inserted into. So we can also use this expression as a Java JSP action attribute. So it is evaluated at the request time only. The value is assigned to the attribute here. It is a request time attribute expression. This one. Next is the scriptlet. What is scriptlet here? So in the scriptlet we use to include the complete fragments of the Java code. In the scriptlet we include complete fragment. These are used in the two ways, and it is not limited to the declaration of methods and variables. So it is not limited to declaration of methods and variables. It does not generate the string output directly as expressions do. Any valid free of Java code. Here for this one example is int sum equal to 0 for int I equal to 1, I less than 10, I plus plus. Take a for loop here. And then sum increment sum plus equal to I, closing this scriptlet. So in the scriptlet we can place anywhere in the JSP body. You can place any number of scriptlets in JSP. So for each scriptlet insert it into service method of container generator servlet. Scriptlet is executed each time of the page requested. So scriptlet contains the Java code. It is used for embedding computing logic in the JSP page. The JSP page computing logic can be used in the scriptlet main, this one. Expression and the previous declaration part. Declarations are all done in the declaration part. Expressions are done in the expressions. Complete logic can be done in the scriptlets. Total program logic. Like a complete fragment of Java code. So next, comments in the JSP page. JSPs we can have three kinds of comments: Java comments and HTML comments and JSP comments. So in the declaration of scriptlets we have a single line and multi-line Java comments. Single line comment, multi-line comment. So comment form is like this one: colon, that vertical lines, and then any comment. And then JSP comment, HTML comment is like this. JSP comment is colon, percentile, any comment, percentile, closing the tag. The comment form. HTML comment, JSP comment. JSP comment is like open tag, percentile, comment, percentile, closing tag. So example of the JSP you can take HTML tag first, and then we can take a body tag for HTML, and then center tag and take a header. First JSP example, close the header, close the center tag, and then we take a declaration part. You can declare the string names. String names, take arrow, array string. Here we take three strings like Ram, Rahim, Robert, Ram, Rahim, David, like this. Array definition, string array, and take a get name method. Private string get name, int index, and then return names in brackets index. Here we write the names according to the index array. So here the next statement, the third person is, here we call the this get method. Here we take a expression syntax. In the expression we can take a get name 2, index value 2, third name, and then close the expression. Here we print this value, third value. For the printing also we can use expression method. This is a coding part. Next, open percentile for int I equal to 1, I less than equal to 5, I plus plus, and then open this one and then close this one. We'll come to JSP world here. Open current and open this, closing this brace and closing this one and closing the body, closing the HTML. Total code can be used like open tag percentile, closing tag percentile. For every code you can use this one in percentiles. Here we use only what declaration and then next expressions. So logic scriptlets. So here scriptlet use a for loop. For printing this third name we can use the expression method. So next JSP directives. What is JSP directives? So here previously we used the expressions, scriptlets, declarations. These are used to define the logic executed at the runtime. Executed at the runtime. Is nothing but request processing time. So these directives are mainly used to provide the pages with the information at the translation time when JSP page is converted into servlet. What directives are mainly used to provide the pages with information at translation time when JSP is converted into servlet. When JSP converted into servlets, these directives are provide the information at the translation time. From JSP to servlet we can use the JSP directives for converting JSP page to the servlets. We use next what are the different directives are there. So mainly directives are used to specify the classes that are imported. What are the classes are imported? For this one we can use directives. For using errors also, catching exceptions, we can use directives. So mainly JSP directives are used to produce the information about the JSP page and JSP engine. So for producing information about the JSP page and JSP engine, we can use the JSP directives. So directives cannot generate the JSP code here. They give you only information about the JSP page or JSP engine. These provide the directions and instructions to containers. Directions and instructions. How to handle certain aspects of JSP processing. Like Here we take three types of directives: include directive and taglib directive and page directives. There are three directives are there: include, taglib and page. Now we see where we use these directives. So JSP directive is of the form. We use a form percentile open brace open colon percentile @ directive. Take directive here. Here the attribute equal to value. Take a directive of form open colon percentile @ we can use @ for the directive, and then directive declaration, and here we take attribute equal to value. So next, include directive. So here include directive tells the JSP engine to include the contents of another file. Yeah, for including the contents of another file, you can use the include directive. The location of directive you can use the current JSP. That file can be in the current directory only, so that file can be included by using this include attribute. So here they include another JSP file or HTML file. This thing, the form is like open quote open colon this percentile @ include. We use include here, and file equal to file name, closing the colon. The previous one we can use the attribute value for the directive, and here we use the include. Once again we discuss about the directive, include directive. Okay. So on the directives, this format is include format is include file. Here the attribute is file, the value is this file name. The main syntax is main form is JSP form percentile @ directive. The three types of directives we can mention here, directive in the place, and then we take attribute value, mention here value equal to value, that will be mentioned. Example is percentile @ include, this is the directive name, then file, it is the attribute, and then file name, it is the value. This is a form of directive form. And then including the header JSP file, we can use #include file equal to header.jsp. So JSP engine reads the entered JSP before the translation. So once the include directive we can use, the JSP engine copy the contents of header.jsp file into the current JSP inline. Okay. It can copy the contents of the whole header.jsp file, including the present JSP inline. Translate current JSP code into the servlet. It happened during the translation. So all these directives, translation time instructions can be given in the JSP container, JSP engine. The JSP engine, all these things are there. Next directive is taglib directive. This directive is mainly used to tell the container which tag library can be which tag library is a specific JSP requires. What JSP requires the which library tag file, that can be mentioned in the taglib directive. It also used to assign the prefix that used for the JSP page. So here the taglib directive is of the form open colon percentile at the rate taglib prefix equal to name URI equal to TID closing the percentile. Here we use two attributes prefix and URI. Prefix is name, URI is TID. Here we use the two taglib directives. So JSP require these two things. Program require prefix thing and URI thing. These tags are required for the JSP page. For requiring these tags, we can use this tag library files, library tags. This tag URI. Why we use, we can discuss in the program. Next, page directive. This directive is of the inform the engine about the overall properties of the JSP page. In the page directive, all the page properties are informed here. Properties of the page properties, we can inform this one here. This directive is of the form open colon percentile at the rate page attribute equal to value like this form at the rate page. Next one is import. Here page one, once again page, I'll tell you about page. Inform the engine about the properties of the page. Page of the form page attribute equal to value. Here total properties are mentioned in the page. Okay, we include these pages like java.io packages, java.april packages, all these things we importing by using the page command. So next one is import command. This one is similar to the import statement of Java. So JSP container insert the import statement into the generated servlet of the each of the packages declared in the attribute. It will import the multiple packages in a single tag by using the comma separated tag. You can use the 2 or 3 imported packages by using the comma command. It is a simple declaration here. So example is percentile at the rate page import equal to inverted commas java.io.star, and then we use comma. No need to use import 2 times. Like multiple packages you can import by using this comma and at the rate this page attribute. So we can import the all packages in one page directory only. io.star and then util.star. This feature is compared to Java. The Java we can use 2 or 3 import statements. Here we use only one import statement by using the page directive. We include the all directives by using the import command page directives. In the previously we can use 2 import statements like. Next session. What is session here? The attributing indicates the JSP engine. This attribute indicates the JSP engine whether the current JSP take part in the STB session. So here session is nothing but this attribute indicates to the JSP engine whether the current JSP takes part in the HTTP session. The session attribute it will indicate to the JSP engine so current JSP file take part in the session or not, like this one. The default value is true here. If you don't want the JSP to participate in the session, you can use the default value, session value is false. If you participate in the session, we can use the session value is true, otherwise false. Default value is true. Next, error page. So here handle the exceptions in the JSP. We can use this page. By writing, we can try and catch blocks in the previously. So in the JSPs, we can use a different method like error page. So for this one, we can use a percentile @ page error page is equal to handler.jsp. Closing this one. So in the current JSP file, if the exception is generated, it go to the handler.jsp file. Error page. Go to the error page. Next is error page. Use. Here the attribute conveys whether the current JSP can act as a error handler for any other JSP. Here default value is false. The previous one we can use a error page handler.jsp. Here the attribute whether current JSP act as a error handler. So each error page is the attribute here, this one. The current page can be handle the error. You can use the each error page. If error page is handle the error, that return as a true. This one can be used if the current page handle the error. It can be written as a true.